Welcome back to today's session on exempted services. Quite a exempted services we have been discussing. On our continuation, uh, some of these services provided by government. Now, already we saw a small list during the initial entries. Now, this is the real one. Some of those services referred here are services provided by government. Let me repeat. All those services provided by government. Of course, central government, state government, union territory, local authority. Now, if these services provided by government, then these nature of services are going to get exempted. What are those services? Services provided by government by way of issuance of passport, visa, driving license, birth certificate, or death certificate. Now, let me repeat it. See, sometimes money is collected for uh, providing services like passport, visa, all this. Passport, you have to pay some mandatory fee of some 600, 700, and followed by you have to pay an amount of to get visa, Indian visa, and all. You need to pay some amount as part of your driving licenses. There is some fees collected by the state government. In Tamil Nadu, birth certificate, death certificates are all not applicable. But there are states which collect money even for birth certificate and death certificate, issuance of birth certificate. I still remember quite some time before quite some time before they used to collect money for all these matters. So, however, over the last few years, all are being completely waived. So the point here is any money collected by government relating to these aspects, yes, it is exempted. It is exempted from levy of GST. Now, coming back here, points for our discussion. Points for our discussion is going to be if these services provided by government straight away, the respective money collected by them is going to be exempted. Sometimes doubts will come. Are these services not provided to the respective individuals? See, many times services are provided to individuals, and sometimes services are provided to all those authorities uh, who are all corporate companies who are all assisting people in getting this. There would be let's say in this way, there would be a driving school. This driving school will collect 3,500 rupees as a package to teach people how to drive a four wheeler. Along with this process, they will also pay or collect and pay a fees of 500 rupees, which they pay to government. So it's something like this. Is the services provided to that driving school, or is the services provided to the individual? Often a doubt comes, and many times certain licenses you have to go through a proper driving school. This is a need or this is a requirement. If that be the case, so there are services provided by government to business entities. So I just want you to extrapolate, because sometime when we read through various entries, a thought will come, sir, what if the services are provided by government? Again, I want you to cross read relating to services provided by government to other than business entity alone is going to be taxable. Sorry. Other than business entities are exempted. Services provided to by government to business entities are taxable. Within keeping that in mind, yes, again, all those services by these aspects are going to be out. Moving forward, entry 62 discuss about tolerating a non-performance of a contract. See, what do we mean by tolerating a non-performance of a contract? Um, See, there would be a possibility That let me repeat it. Let me repeat it. One. See, there is going to be a contractor and there is going to be a recipient of service, government. Let me repeat. There is going to be a contractor and there is going to be a recipient of service who is going to be government. Contractor agreed that he would supply a particular service called as construction of bridge. So the service that is going to be supplied by the contractor is construction of road. And now, very interesting part here is this construction of road. This construction of road and bridge are all time-bound contracts. Okay, let me repeat. These contracts are all time-bound contracts. What do you mean by a time-bound contract? Or I'll rephrase it. Time-sensitive contract. Time is the essence of contract. They will write in the contract. You have to complete the contract, or you have to complete the bridge. You have to complete the complete contract within a tenure of, you have to complete the contract within the tenure of, let's say, 16 months. The whole idea is somebody has to complete the contract within a period of 16 months. If they don't complete, what would happen? Nothing would happen. Government will not get its building, government will not get its bridge for operational within that 16 months. One of the conditions, see, there will be many conditions. One of the conditions is if you have to construct, and complete the building or complete the project in 16 months. I'll ask a very primary and a fundamental doubt. Let me repeat. Very, very fundamental doubt, very primary doubt, which I want all of you to answer. The doubt is this. Here, supplier, no doubt, supplier of services contractor, supplier of services contractor, recipient of service is going to be your government. Government is the recipient of service. And if in case the contractor has not completed the house, the contractor has not completed the bridge within 16 months, government has made a point in the contract. Government has made a point that every month of delay, every month of delay, there will be a penalty. %1 of contract value. Okay. In other words, this is also called as liquidated damages. So let me repeat it. There is something called as liquidated damages, a new word some of you coming across today. So what do we mean by liquidated damages? Liquidated damages means nothing but these are all these are all money where these are all money where if a person don't provide the services within the time, yes, this will be collected as money. Now, carefully note, contractor is constructing the bridge and completing it to government. Now, if he does not perform, if he does not complete the service, then no doubt government is tolerating a non-performance of the contractor. Let me repeat. If within that said, if within that set time limit, if within that set time limit, if contractor does not perform, take a situation, contractor has not performed. If within that set time, if within this set time, contractor has not performed, is it not your government tolerates this non-performance? Is what is my question. Answer me here. Does government tolerates the non-performance? Take a situation. If the contractor has completed the project by 18 months, there is a non-performance or toleration by contractor? Sorry, non-performance or toleration of contractor by government. I'm not sure how many of you are able to get it this aspect, but if you all came able to take it up this, okay, if you all able to take it up this, then that something is more important here. Is there is a non-performance by the contractor which is tolerated by the government? See, நான் திருப்பியும் சொல்றேன், இது வந்து ஒன்னுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. Treat this transaction as a one. Treat this transaction as one. இது வேற. You put this as one. Now, our discussion is not on that. Our discussion is on this two. Our discussion is on two. Yeah. If there is a non-performance by the contractor to government, which is tolerated by the government. If your answer is yes, then text me how much penalty will be collected by government. If your answer is yes, then text me how much penalty will be collected by government. Good. Yes. Amritavarshini, Anirudh, quick. How much will be collected? Aishwarya, Shankar, Mirnal, Super, Shashikala, Deepa, Mohan. Theoden, Shashikala, Neha, Amritavarshini, 1% plus 1%, Nikita. Yes. Now, see, when you could able to appreciate it, that's all. Now, here for transaction 2, ignore transaction 1. For transaction 2, who's the supplier, who's the recipient? For transaction 2, who's the supplier, who's the recipient? for transaction 2? Who's the supplier? Who's the recipient? Check, 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 check. For transaction 2, who's the supplier of service? Who's the recipient of service? So in fact, this diagram is mentioned that over the last 1 minute, you are learning something. No, only to take control of that discussion. Okay, because it should strike to lot of you. It should strike to lot of you. For those purposes only, it has been taken. Yes, quick, 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 quick. My answer, Venu. Government is recipient, contractor is supplier. No, no, sir. Supplier is government, recipient is contractor. Yes, sir. Supplier, government, recipient, contractor. Supplier is contractor. Government is supplier. Government is supplier, contractor is recipient. Contractor is supplier, government is recipient. யாரு யாரோட டாலரன்ஸை காப்பாத்துறான் நல்லா புரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. நான் திருப்பி சொல்றேன், இங்கதான் இங்க பாயிண்டே இங்கதான். Who is tolerating? Government is tolerating or contractor is tolerating? உன்கிட்ட போய் கான்ட்ராக்ட் கொடுத்தான் பாருன்னு தலையில அடிச்சுக்கிறான் தெரியுமா? Who is tolerating? Government is tolerating or contractor is tolerating? And for tolerating, they are going to collect 2%. 2% is money. We are talking of on a 400 crore project, 2% is a very big number. Now, who's tolerating? Government is tolerating or contractor is tolerating? Government is tolerating. Government becomes the supplier for non-performance. Government becomes the supplier for non-performance of contract. Similarly, this contractor will become the recipient. Recipient for non-performance of contract. So very interesting to note, whatever activities provided by him will get this transaction straight away. Whatever this transaction, supply of service by government will be accepted. What is exempted? LD or penalty? Liquidated damages or penalty in the hands of government is going to get exempted. Hope all of you would be able to appreciate this. Ambutina. Sir? Yes. No. Can we move forward? Any doubts? Okay. Because at your age, this is little extra. Okay. Normal try. See, இந்த கான்ட்ராக்ட்னா ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங் பார்ட் என்னன்னா, அப்ப எதுக்கு சார் இதெல்லாம் பேசுனீங்கன்னா, இங்க ஏதோ ஆரம்பிச்சாதான் இங்க ஒரு பஞ்சாயத்து இருக்குன்றது புரியும். ஓகே, திடீர்னு நான் மாட்டுக்கு போயிட்டு எல்டி, liquidated damages, penalty, whatever penalty received by liquidated damages received by government exempted. Liquidated damageனா நீங்க என்ன நினைச்சிருப்பீங்க? லிக்விடேட் பண்ணும்போது, கம்பெனியை லிக்விட் பண்ணும்போது ஏதாவது ஒரு டேமேஜ் வந்திருக்கும், அந்த டேமேஜ் அப்படின்னு நினைப்போம். சாரி, liquidated damages is altogether different. Here, for non-performance of somebody's activity, we will have something called as a liquidated damage. Yes, anything? Coming back here, going forward from this discussion. So, coming back here, tolerating non-performance of a contract, where the consideration is in the form of fine or penalty or liquidated damages payable to government under such contract. That will become exempt. Can we move forward? Yes. Followed by assignment of right to use of any national resources. Assignment of right to use of national resources to a individual farmer for cultivation. For cultivation. Assignment of right to use of national resources to an individual farmer. That word is little important. To an individual farmer for the purpose of cultivation of plants, rearing of all life forms, except rearing of race horses for food, fiber, raw material, whatever be it, is going to get exempted. Now, 2-3 points here important. Assignment of right to use of national resources to an individual farmer for cultivation of plants and rearing of all those life forms. So, come back here. If it is going to be a national resource which is given, one minute, PPT is not visible. Now, okay, that. Assignment of right to use of national resources. Coming back here, assignment of right to use of national resources to an individual farmer for cultivation of plants and rearing of all life forms are going to get exempted. Whatever right to use of national resources that are given to an individual farmer. Let's say a right is given, this this river water, you can use it for your agricultural purposes. However, a license is given to you, a right is given to you, pay a money to the government of, to pay a money to the respective state government. This water goes and touches only your sea. Before it touches the sea, ensure this water let pass through your whole village. From your village, each and every farmer should pay us to the government so much. Maybe a license like that will be given. Sometimes what will happen is individual farmers will be allotted government land, very much possible in Andhra Pradesh. The land will belong to government, but the right to use of the land will be given to the individual farmer. Now, government land, instead of it being ideal, they'll call the farmer, you know how to farm paddy? Yes, sir. Take the 10 acres of land, do paddy. Okay, we will not question you anything. It should not be used for any purposes. Only for agricultural farming it should be used. And pay us each acre 1 lakh rupees per year. Let me repeat. An acre 1 lakh, 10 acres of land and all is given. That's a huge volume of land. And places like Andhra Pradesh, where always water facilities are all good and adequate. Now that Agriculturists will happily pay to government 10 lakh rupees. In some places 10 lakh, some places it is much, much less. My intention is something different. My intention is look from the government perspective, state government perspective. It collects the money for assignment of a national resource, national resources. All these are all national resources. Oil, water, your minerals, exploration related item, limestone, iron ore, this பூமிக்கு அடியில இருக்கிறது, வானத்துல இருக்கிறது, அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன சொல்றது, எதெல்லாம் நீங்க எடுத்தா கவர்மெண்ட் கொடுக்குற மாதிரி இருக்கோ அதெல்லாம் நேஷனல் ரிசோர்சஸ். Forest, plants, trees, எல்லாம் everything is a national resource. Okay. So come back here. All these are all national resources. These national resources, which are going to be used for cultivation of plants or rearing of animals, then it will become what? Exempted from taxes. In rearing of animals, only one fellow is excluded or one fellow is not eligible, which is going to be your race horses. That's known to us. That's always understandable. Assignment of, again, right to use. Can we take up one question? There is a plantation company in Kerala by name called as, more specifically Kerala, in Munnar, called as, in Munnar, you have a plantation company called as Kannan Devan Plantation Private Limited. Okay. Kannan Devan Plantation Private Limited. Kannan Devan Private Limited. As far as Kannan Devan Plantation Private Limited or Kannan Devan Private Limited is concerned, this company was allotted about 400 acres of land of the government for the purpose of tea estate development. About 400 acres of land they have taken on tea estate development. So here they paid money to government about 40 lakh rupees or 50 lakh rupees year on year. Year on year, they have to pay 50 lakh rupees to Munnar local authority for the purpose of taking all this space. And over a period of time, upfront was paid, if I'm not wrong. Leave the upfront. We are not going to discuss the upfront. Periodically, some 40 lakh rupees is paid. Okay. Question before you is, for this money, for the money that they pay, Kannan Devan Plantation Private Limited, they pay to government, will it be taxable or exempted? They use it for the purpose of tea, tea, tea development, tea estate. Swati, Karthik, Anirudh, Anand Vishwanathan, Mirnal, Faisal, Rajagopal, Manoj Kumar, all of you all correct. Rest all not. பாருங்க எக்ஸாம் கொஸ்டின் இப்படிதான் இருக்கும். Is Kannan Devan Private Limited is an individual farmer? Understand its importance. Okay. Is Kannan Devan Private Limited is an individual farmer? Yes. Karthik, ஏன்பா politics பேசுற? Okay. Karthik wants to discuss about, sir, what would happen if methane is taken from Theni district? Okay. That will come later. Next entry we will speak. Not now. He's more aligned to speak about what will happen about uranium, methane, all that and all. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் பர்பஸ். ஸோ எக்ஸாம்பிளுக்கு தான் புரிஞ்சிருச்சு. நான் அடி வாங்காம விடுறது இல்லைன்றதுல நீ குறியா இருக்க. ரைட், ஓகே, குட். Now come back here. Intention is very, very simple. Right to use of national resources. If you carefully note here, they have given it should be for an individual farmer. Is it provided for an individual farmer? When we go back and check that, no, it is not provided for an individual farmer. It is a private limited company. A lot of you highlighted that and wrote. I'm happy for all of you. All of you got it right. Rest of you concentrated. Is it used for agriculture and pulled at a exemption mode? Now, in case some of you who took that view exemption, was any other reason for you to take that exemption? Yes. See, I can understand people who told taxable. I can understand people who told exempted. People who told exempted. For you, any other reason apart from this entry to say it is exempted? Because all of you who told exempted will not say exempted just like that. So there will be a reason behind it. I want to know your reason. What was your reason for bringing it as an exemption? If you want me to share the names, Amrita Varshani, Aishwarya Shankar, Nikita, or Prabhakaran, Achudan. Achudan, your answering is different and the final call is different. I now only concentrate. Deepa Mohan, Chitra Shankar, Sanjay, because it's a national resource. No, 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 no. Any other reason? Any other reason? See, இந்த என்ட்ரியை எக்ஸம்டட்னு சொல்லலாம். ஆனா அதுக்கான வேற ரீசன் இருக்கணும். அந்த பல்பு தட்டணும் நமக்கு. By seeing cultivation purpose. இல்லையே, இதை பாருங்களேன். Let me repeat it 1 minute. Services assignment of right to use. Service recipient has to be an individual farmer. Okay. Supplier has to be any person who give a right assignment of right to use. Understand that point. Assignment of right to use a national resource to an individual, but assignment of right to use of national resources and all can be given only by government. Government only can say in the taniya eduthukopa nee idra TMC. That right is can be given by government only. Sorry. Yes. Anybody? Any other reason? Any other reason? Okay, you saw the purpose here. See, when private limited company pay money to government, when you see land, end of the day, it is taxable. Okay, done, understood. Got convinced it is taxable. Can you move forward? Now go to your entry 54, agricultural service. Okay, come back here. Renting, leasing, renting, leasing of agro machinery or vacant land with or without a structure incidental to its use. இங்கேயே அந்த பிரைவேட் லிமிடெட் கம்பெனியோட எக்ஸம்ஷனை ஃபிட் பண்ணக்கூடாது. Kannan Devan Plantation Private Limited got 400 acres of land on right to use basis, which is leasing basis. Okay, leasing of vacant land for an agricultural use. Okay, no doubt entry number 63 is not applicable. 63 specifically speaks about national resources assigned to an individual. No doubt about it. Renting of land inge yen fit பண்ணக்கூடாது. see, if it is water என்னால இங்க fit பண்ண முடியாது, நான் ஒத்துக்கிறேன். Okay, if it is some other national resources I cannot fit it here. Okay, maybe allowing him to break the rock or something like that. லேண்ட்ன்றதுனால நான் கேட்கிறேன், இங்க ஃபிட் பண்ணலாமா முடியாது? yes or no? think. yes or no? Nikita, I don't understand your question. See, a land cannot belong to government. அப்படின்றத I'll do one thing. I'll unmute you all. Okay, whoever want to raise your hand. I'll allow you to speak because this entry requires a little more understanding. That's why. Now you raise your hand. I'll call your name. You unmute yourself because அதாவது எக்ஸம்ஷன்ஸையும் கிராஸ் ரீட் பண்ணணும்ன்றது நமக்கு தெரியணும். எஸ் எஸ். No, you raise your hand, I told. Aishwarya Shankar, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in the exemption for individual and companies-க்கு நான் நினைச்சேன் சார், கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கு கிடையாது
அப்படின்றத இல்ல, நீங்க நினைச்சதெல்லாம் இருக்கட்டும். அப்படின்றது இங்க எங்க எழுதி இருக்கு? எங்கயாவது எழுதி இருக்கா? சர்வீசஸ் ரிலேட்டிங் டு கல்டிவேஷன் ஆஃப் பிளான்ட்ஸ் அண்ட்
நம்ம வந்து எக்ஸாம்பிள் டீல் பண்ணோம்ல சார், அப்ப அந்த ஃபார்மர் குடுக்குறாங்க எல்லாமே கம்பெனிஸ் பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் வியூ, இண்டிவிஜுவல் தானே சார்?
நம்ம எனக்கு வந்து ஆர்ஆர் அகாடமியின் 3 எழுத்து பெயர் கொண்ட மனிதர், ஓகேவா? அவரு இத்தனை ஹவர்ல நீ சப்ஜெக்ட முடிச்சு எனக்கு கொடுத்துடணும்னு சொல்றாரு, சரியா? அதுல நான் ஒவ்வொரு சர்வீசஸ்க்கும் எல்லா பாசிபிலிட்டி ஆஃப் எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸும் எடுத்தேன்னா நான் வெறும் 40 சர்வீஸ் தான் முடிக்க முடியும்.
அப்படி இல்ல சார், இப்ப சப்ளை ஆஃப் ஃபார்மர்ங்கிறது கவர்மெண்ட் பண்ணல, as well எக்ஸ்டென்ஷன் ஆஃப் சர்வீசஸ் எல்லாமே வந்து
வேண்டாம். அது வேண்டாம். அக்ரிகல்ச்சரல் கமிட்டி கவர்மெண்ட் இது இருக்கா? அக்ரிகல்ச்சரல் போர்டு கவர்மெண்ட் இது இருக்கா?
கவர்மெண்ட் எடுத்து சப்ளை பண்ணலையே.
உழவர் சந்தை
மெம்பர்ஸ் ஆஃப் அக்ரிகல்ச்சரல் ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ் ஐ மீன் பண்றாங்க தானே, அத வந்து விக்கிறாங்க. நான் உழவர் சந்தை போயிருக்கும்போது
இல்லம்மா, உழவர் சந்தைன்றது யாரோடது?
உழவர் சந்தை கவர்மெண்ட் எடுத்து நடத்துறாங்க. ஆனா அதுல வந்து சேல் பண்ற பீப்புள் எல்லாமே வந்து அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் பீப்புள் தான்.
உழவர் சந்தை இஸ் a place or a committee which is constituted by government, state government. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
all the members, then the state government is providing service to its members by allowing the members to sell its product in the place where Uழவர் சந்தை is located. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So to that extent, services provided by government or government's organ called as Uழவர் சந்தை to agriculturists by way of agricultural board or committee is exempted. Ilachi agricultural board, தேனி agricultural board, நிறைய agricultural boards இருக்கு. See, இது என்ன, இந்த exempted servicesலோட நம்மளோட challengesலாம் என்னன்னா, ஆக்சுவலா ஒவ்வொரு பிசினஸ்க்குள்ள போனோம்னா அதுல இருந்து நிறைய நமக்கு தெரிய வரும். ஓகே, now my intention is very simple. We have to start cross reading the exemptions அப்படின்றத சொல்றதுக்காக தான் இந்த பாயிண்ட். You have to cross read exemption. 63 படி வராது இல்ல சார், வராது, ஐ அக்ரி டு யூ. ஆனா 54ல இப்படி ஒரு லைன் இருக்கே, வருமான்னு யோசிச்சு பாருங்கன்னு தான் சொல்றேன். எஸ்,
அப்போ அது கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கும் உண்டு அந்த லேண்டுங்கும் போது.
என்ட்ரியில கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கு கிடையாதுன்னு எங்கேயும் சொல்லல, அதனால கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கு உண்டு. கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கு கிடையாதுன்னா ஓன் டியூட்டி, நீ தான் சொல்லணும். இஸ் இட் அ சர்வீஸ் ஃபார் கல்டிவேஷன் ஆஃப் பிளான்ட், rearing of animals except horses, of what? Of leasing of vacant land for its incidental use and structures for its incidental use. 400 ஏக்கரை வாங்கிட்டு நீ தானே என்ன யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கோன்னு சொன்ன. எஸ் சார்.
Yes.
அப்போ அது சார் அங்க வார்த்தை பெரிய வார்த்தை. நேஷனல் ரிசோர்ஸ்னு இருக்கு, லேண்டுன்னு இல்ல. இங்க வார்த்தை சின்ன வார்த்தை, லேண்டுன்னு இருக்கு. ஓகே,
Yes, sir.
done. Yes, yes, done. Unmute yourself. Anybody else? Got clear? Anybody else? If you want, raise your hand. I'll allow you to unmute. Quick. Done. Nothing. Can we move forward? Very interesting to note over here is it should strike to us that we have to cross read exemptions. For me, nothing. இது மாதிரி ஒரு கிராஸ் ரீட் பண்ணி உங்க லெவல்ல கேட்க போறது இல்ல. ஃபைனல் லெவல்ல கண்டிப்பா வரும், கவலையப்படாதீங்க. ஃபைனல் லெவல்ல மாவனை வச்சு கிழிப்பவன உங்க லெவல்ல வராது. பட் be very clear, but be very, very clear. There is a good amount of possibility. There is a good amount of possibility that yes, all this is possible. Okay. Now, if in case the company gets a land or company pays a right to use for a land to government, it cannot enjoy entry 63. So it will be taxable on reading 63 only. Maybe because it is land, we can use entry 54 and come out and say it is exempted. See, some of you told exempted. No, I just want to go. What was behind your mind? Is entry 54 was behind your mind? That's all. Because இந்த என்ட்ரியை மட்டும் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணி படிக்கும்போது டாக்ஸபிள் தான் சொல்லுவோம். கொஞ்சம் கேர்ஃபுல்லா அந்த படிச்ச என்ட்ரியோட மேட்ச் பண்ணி படிக்கும்போது we would come out and say it is exempt. Moving forward, R Limited has rented its land 100 acres. R Limited, a tea estate in Munnar, rented its land 100 acres to Mr. Q. Will it be taxable or exempted? R Limited, who has 100 acres of land, has given the land on right to use basis, on the right to use basis to Mr. Q. Now, this activity of R Limited giving the land, agricultural land, to be used for agricultural purposes to Q, will it be taxable or exempted? நீங்க எல்லாருமே மாட்டுறீங்க, நல்லா மாட்டுறீங்கன்ட்டு. நான் இந்த 63வது என்ட்ரியில 54வது என்ட்ரியோட கேள்வியை கேட்க கூடாதுன்னு யார் சொன்னா எனக்கு? Think for a minute and answer. R Limited, who is the owner of the land, given its land to Mr. Q for rent right to use. Of it will be used for an agricultural purposes. Taxable, exempted. பாருங்க, taxable in serial number 63 exemptedலாம் பாருங்க. நான் வந்து ஒரு பிசினஸ் மேன், எனக்கு நீங்க வந்து என்ட்ரி நம்பர்லாம் சொல்ல வேணாம். டாக்ஸபிளா எக்ஸம்டடா அவ்வளவுதான் சொல்லணும். நான் கட்டணமா, டாக்ஸ் கட்டணமா வேண்டாமா? ஐ எம் இன்ட்ரெஸ்டட் இன் ஒன்லி தட். என்ட்ரி 63, என்ட்ரி 54, என்ட்ரி திஸ் தட். I am least bothered. Let me repeat 1 minute. I am least bothered about your entry number. And don't expect when we discuss a particular entry number, I will test you only from that particular entry number. Absolutely not. Wherever it has a related point, I would I would discuss about it. Come back here. Point here is I am not bothered about which entry number. My question is a very generic question. R Limited, owner of the land, collects money and allows Mr. Q to use its 100 acres of land on right to use basis for agricultural purposes. Taxable, exempted. Answer would be exempted. எப்படி சார் சொல்றீங்க? இங்கேயே நான் சொல்லலையே, நான் 54 பேஸ் பண்ணி கேட்கிறேன் கேள்வி. அந்த லேண்ட் பிலாங்ஸ் டு கவர்மெண்டா இருக்கும்போது, லேண்ட் பிலாங்ஸ் டு கவர்மெண்டா இருக்கும்போது, government land becomes the national resource of the government. Okay. At that time, maybe you have to think about it. No, sir. There also it will get 54 will get covered. Yes, 54 will cover it. So people who are all told taxable, think once again. Prabhakaran, you are still not convinced. You are still not convinced. See, you will have a voice break because my internet connection, there was a dip and then it increased back. Okay. No voice is audible. One minute, understand, when your internet connection dips down and goes back again, boost up, if there is a change of a rollover in the internet traffic, then you will get a voice breaking at your end or my end. I know by myself, in my end, there was a dip and then rise. உங்களுக்கு எப்படி சார் தெரியும்? நான் ஒரு ஸ்பீடோமீட்டரை ஓட விட்டுட்டு தான் பேசினே இருக்கேன். உங்களுக்கு என் ஸ்பீடோமீட்டர் 50% மேல காமிச்சாதான் நான் பேசுவேன். 50 mbpsல வரணும், அப்பதான் நான் பேசுவேன். இல்லைன்னா நான் பேச மாட்டேன். அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட்? இவ்வளவு ஓடுது என் ஸ்கிரீன்ல. ஐ ஆஃபன் ரிமெம்பர், மாடை பூச்சி ஏத்துக்கணும், ஒரு பக்கம் மாடு வலிச்சுன்னு போகுது, ஒரு பக்கம் பாம்பு வலிச்சுன்னு போகுது. பழகின மாடு, நான் இங்க பின்னாடி இதா அழுத்தணும், இங்க பாம்புல இருந்து தண்ணி வர சாரி கங்கையில இருந்து தண்ணி வர வைக்கணும். என் ஸ்கிரீனை உங்களுக்கு பார்த்தாதான் ஒரு நாள் ஒரு போட்டோ எடுத்து அனுப்புறேன் உங்களுக்கு. என் ஸ்கிரீனை பார்த்தாதான் தெரியும். ஒரு பக்கம் சாட் பாக்ஸ் ஓடும், ஒரு பக்கம் ஒயிட் போர்டு இருக்கும், ஒரு பக்கம் ஸ்பீடோமீட்டர் ஓடும். ஓகே, ஐ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் there would have been a break in your voice. I think now it should be correct. Okay, கவலைப்படாதீங்க. உங்களுக்கு வாய்ஸ் பிரேக் ஆக போறதுன்றதுக்கு முன்னாடியே எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சிடும். நான் அப்போ நிறுத்திடுவேன். ஓகே, கவலைப்படாதீங்க. ஓகே, அதையும் மீறி எனக்கு வாய்ஸ் பிரேக் வருதுன்னா அப்போ உங்க எண்டு. ஓகே, now any case my intention is this. See, don't always get refined yourself that you will restrict exemption services only to that. ஏதாவது ஒரு காம்பினேஷன்ல கூட exemption கிடைக்கும். So be little open minded. See, let me repeat it. At your level, we are not interested now. At a middle level, at an inter level, we are not interested in testing from an I would say we are not interested in testing from a cross-reading perspective. At a final level, yes, the cross-reading perspective is more important. In any case, come back here. Intentions are like this. 64. Assignment of right to use any national resources where the right to use is assigned by government before 1st April 2016. சார், இந்த 1st April 2016 எங்கேயோ படிச்சோம் சார். 1st April 2016, we read it earlier also. When we read entry number 42, which talked about telecommunication. So when we read entry number 42, when we discussed about telecommunication, good. At that time also we read this. So that discussion of 42 was only for spectrum, right to use, waves, and only 42. This is your national resources. Now, what is this would be applicable? It could be your coal, it could be your gold, it could be your land, it could be oil, it could be mineral, It could be my brother asked, Karthik asked about you. What to say? What mineral is that, Karthik? Denila? Uh, uranium. Uranium or not uranium? Mm, forgot it. Methane. Methane. Methane exploration. Limestone in Salem. See, any mineral, if you have a right to extract, can anybody extract this, sir? No, no. You should first get a permission from the government, where government will assign you, meaning thereby you refers to company, where government will assign respective companies a right to explore, a right to take the land from the, take sand from the river bank, a right to explore granite. So, or a right to uh, break the rock and extract the rock and crush it and make all those blue metal, jalli, blue metal, blue metal. So point here is to make all these items, points for our discussion, a basic right from the government is required. That right is assigned sometimes by state government, sometimes by local authority, sometimes by central government, different right assigned for different. Whatever be it, as simple as a right to put a store or a village market, many rights are there. So all those national resources, assignment of national resources. If a right is granted after 1/4/2016, entire money is taxable. If it is before 2016, then exemption will be applicable only on one-time charges payable in full or in upfront of installment. Let me repeat. The most important word here, the most important word here is this: one-time charges payable in full or in upfront or installment. Most important part. Why I'm saying it's the most important part is very simple. Uh, if a license is granted to you, there are two options of payment. Option one, you will pay the entire 10 crores at one lot. Big company, MNC, all they will pay. We will pay immediately 10 crore. 10 crore, we'll pay in one lot. Some companies will say, no, it will be very difficult for us to pay one slot 10 crores. You have given us a license period of 5 years. What we will do is periodically we will pay. So if you pay periodically, then the interest will, then interest also will be added. You will be liable to pay 2.25 lakhs every year. This fellow told, okay, any case, if I'm going to borrow from somebody, then I will be liable to pay that interest. I will pay 2.25 lakhs. See, 5 years, he will pay 2.25 lakhs, which means 1.25 crores extra. But very interesting to note, for a license given in 2013 for 5 years, 2013 1 2.25, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8, 17. Till 17 it will come. If it is a license given in 14, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Again, if a license given in 15, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. இந்த மாதிரி இந்த 16ல கொடுத்த லைசன்ஸ் 21 வரைக்கும் இம்பாக்ட் இருக்கும். So if it is a license given in, assume in 16, so effective from 1st April 16 onwards. Now 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now my 5 installments will conclude. After 1/4/16, sir, after 1/4/16, it will be taxable. Before 1/4/16, if a license is given, it would be liable. It would be liable for your charges. Any assignment of right to use. Assignment of right to use national resources. Assignment of right to use national resources. Yes, would be liable. So points for our discussion is assignment of right to use those national resources, where such right to use was assigned by government or local authority before this date. Yes, the one-time fee that they pay. Let me repeat, the one-time fee. Sir, everything I paid in 2013 itself, then also exempted. Everything you pay over a period of time, then also it becomes exempted. Assignment of right to use is granted after that date. Taxable. Whatever money paid is taxable. Maybe your questions would be something like this. I want you to answer this question. STQ Limited, STQ Limited received a right to explore limestone in Tamil Nadu, a particular area near Erkat, a place by name called as Salem, Erkat, near Erkat. They have a right to explore limestone. A right to explore limestone is given to PQR Limited, and they are allowed to explore this limestone for the next 3 years. The license is granted for a 50 crore rupee on 1/10/2018. Now they are before you. On 1/10/2018, for a license fee of 50 crore, PQR Limited got a right to explore those limestone. Two monies are payable to government. One, PQR Limited will pay an upfront fee of 50 crores, a license fee for 3 years. And on every metric ton, every 1,000 kgs of limestone, they are liable to pay 25 lakhs. Now the question before you is, this money is taxable or exempt? PQR, this activity is taxable or exempted? Next question, who is liable to pay tax? This activity is taxable or exempted, and who is liable to pay tax? Quick, who's liable to pay tax? I want answer. Deepa Mohan, good. Only one important word is missing, Deepa Mohan. Chitra Krishnan, same. Only one important word is missing. The important word missing, Karthik. Shweta, again missing one important word. Correct. Correct. Ronald through. Quick. Come on. PQR Limited. Okay, I understand. Company name is PQR Limited. SPQ Limited. Avava and Perla Boardnuma Kotikal. Santosho. Aishwarya Shankar through. Neha through, one important word is missing. Anirudh through, one important word is missing. Taxable. PQR Limited is liable to pay tax under reverse charge. That word is important. Reverse charge. Under reverse charge, PQR Limited is liable to pay. Liable to pay. Would your answer be different? Would your answer be different if PQR Limited license was granted on 1/4/2015? Would your answer be different if PQR Limited license was granted on, let me repeat, the right to use license was granted on 1/4/2016 and 1 minute, I have not concluded, and they are liable to pay an installment of upfront fee rupees 16 crores and usage charges of 25 lakhs. They are liable to pay one of the installment which is due now, which is on 10/4/2020. Let me repeat. PQR Limited, would your answer be different if PQR Limited is received or the right is granted on 1/4/2016 and they are liable to pay an installment of an upfront fee of rupees 16 crores and a usage charges of 25 lakhs on 10/4/2020? Would your answer be different? Then what will be your change in the answer? In terms of amount, in terms of everything I want. Now, Swati, you have to answer like this. Is it fully exempted? அங்க 2-3 amount இருக்கு, 2-3 purpose இருக்கு. ஸோ நீங்க ஃபுல்லாவே எக்ஸம்ஷன் தர போறீங்களா, இல்ல பார்ட்லி எக்ஸம்டடா, இல்ல பார்ட்லி ரிவர்ஸ் சார்ஜா, பார்ட்லி ஃபார்வர்ட் சார்ஜா, என்ன பண்ண போறீங்க? கவர்மெண்ட் டாக்ஸ் கட்டணுமா, பிக்யூஆர் டாக்ஸ் கட்டணுமா? கொஞ்சம் பிரீஃபா எழுத முடியுமா? ஒன் ஆஃப் யுவர் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் என்ட்ரி. இதுல இன்னொரு வே ஆஃப் டெஸ்டிங் இருக்கு, அதுதான் நீங்க பார்க்கணும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பார்த்தது சிம்பிள் என்ட்ரி. ஓகே, இது கொஞ்சம் ஹை எண்ட் டெஸ்டிங். ஒரு என்ட்ரிக்கு 2-3 வேரியேஷன்ஸ் இருக்கும். இது ஒரு 2வது வேரியேஷன்ஸ். Quick. PQR Limited, would your answer be different if PQR Limited is granted with a license dated 1/4/2016? அவங்களோட லைசன்ஸ் இப்ப முடியுது, 2020ல முடியுது. ஓகே, now and they are liable to pay a upfront installment or installment of 16 crores and a user charges. Yes, Anirudh. Good, Anirudh. Nice answer. Asima, fully taxable under RCM. இல்ல, check பண்ணுங்க. Sorry. No, Neha. Check. It is not full taxable. No. Swati, answer is revised answer is right. Aishwarya, this is also right to use. Right to use ஓட upfront installment. See, இப்படி புரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. உங்களுக்கு நான் 2 ஆப்ஷன் கொடுப்பேன் ஐஸ்வர்யா. ரைட் டு யூஸ், என் கோல் மைனை நீங்க எடுத்துக்கோங்க, 5 வருஷம் உங்களுக்கு கிராண்ட் பண்றோம். ஆப்ஷன் 1 இன்னைக்கே 50 கோடி கட்டுங்க. ஆப்ஷன் 2 எவ்ரி இயர் 12 கோடி கட்டுங்க 5 வருஷத்துக்கு. நான் இன்னைக்கே 50 கோடி கட்டிட்டேன்னா ஐ எம் அ கேஷ் ரிச் கம்பெனி. I am a growing company means I'll pay over a period of time. And the over a period of time pay பண்றதுக்கு தான் பேரு one time installment charges. 50 crores payable in installments. Okay. Now with this background, answer it. Gangadharan answers through. Usage charges. Okay. Never quantified it. Okay. Okay. Nikita through. See, in the problem lay ஒண்ணுதான் புரியணும். License is granted before 1/4/2016. So your upfront license fee 16 crore rupees will become exempted. To the contrary, usage charges is there. No, that usage charges will become uh, taxable, and PQR Limited will be liable to pay tax under reverse charge because usage charges and all never given exemption. And the careful the வார்த்தையை படிக்கிறதுக்காக தான் இந்த point. Let's repeat it. See, I'm happy you are able to understand at this level. Some of you are refrain from typing for various reasons, or your technology resources does not support you in that way. I can understand, but if you could able to align with us in the same order, I think you are on at par with all our discussion. So nothing great about it. So that sums up your discussion of entry 64. Moving forward, a very simple entry. If in case government depute officers to work late hours or on holidays for the purpose of inspection, container stuffing, or such other duties in relation to import or export, after payment of MOT charges, merchant overtime charges. See, sometimes the customs authority will be asked to come on a holiday. It's a practice. Ship would have come, they will say, sir, வந்துருங்க வந்து இன்ஸ்பெக்ஷன் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா எனக்கு கண்டெய்னர் வெளில எடுத்துப்பேன் சார், வந்துருங்க நாங்கள் இந்த கண்டெய்னர் ஸ்டஃப் பண்ணிட்டேன்னா நான் எக்ஸ்போர்ட் பண்ணிடுவேன், ஷிப்பு கிளம்பிடும். கம் அண்ட் ஒர்க் ஃபார் அஸ் ஆன் அ சண்டே சார், ஆன் அ ஹாலிடே. யுவர் ஆஃபீஸ் டைம் ஐ டூ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் இட் க்ளோசஸ் பை ஈவினிங் 5:30. We recommend you to extend till 8:30 so that today you can complete it and today night ship will leave. XY is that reason. I'm not saying this, that whatever be it, the respective business will pay one charge called as MOT charges, merchant overtime charges, when you ask the officer to officially stay beyond a late hour or beyond working hours, or when you request a officer to come to your location, or when officer is deputed to your place, when charges are paid by the business entity to government. In case of customs warehouse, okay, in case of customs warehouse, there will be a officer. Every customs warehouse, one customs officer will be there. For the customs officer salary, perks, everything will be paid by this fellow to government. Government will pay to this fellow. Now when you that gentleman has office working hours, okay, he'll come by morning 9:30 10 and he'll leave by evening 5:36. So in case you want to stay him, ask him to stay extra. In case you want to come on a holiday, then, or whatever deputing charges paid, MOT charges paid by the company to government, customs department will get exempted. Nothing great about it. Whatever charges paid by the customs, paid to the customs department as MOT charges will get exempted. As part of your Right to Information Act, let me repeat, as part of Right to Information Act, sometimes monies are all collected. Any services by way of providing information under Right to Information Act, sometimes they'll say give us 10,000 rupees because that will be the cost of information that you are asking. Okay, so any money service by way of providing information. All those service by way of providing information under Right to Information Act will get exempted. All those services by way of providing Right to Information Act will get exempted. Similarly, any services supplied by the state government to excess royalty collection contract. Excess royalty collection contractor. What is this excess royalty collection contractor, sir? You have to, I'll give you a right to explore to you this area. Up to so much quantity of minerals, you no need to pay anything. In case excess minerals comes in here, additionally pay us royalty so much. State government will engage or sign contract assignment of right to collect royalty on behalf of state government. What royalty? Excess royalty. Sir, இந்த இடத்துல 100 kgs தான் சார் மினரல், சாரி 1000 kgs தான் சார் மினரல் இருக்கும். இல்ல, our state government report says there will be a possibility of 1400 kgs. Your report says 1100 kgs. There is a conflict between our reports. We'll sign an agreement like this. If you have extracted more, then pay us royalty more. If you have extracted less, pay us the minimum royalty. Can you able to understand this? That is called as your excess royalty collection contract service. In case of excess royalty collection contract service, whatever services provided by this people, this excess royalty collection contractors to state government, or all those services supplied by state government to this people, excess royalty collection services people, all those services will on behalf of state government, whatever royalty they collect, all will get exempted. A very important entry. 1 minute. Yes, Nikita.
Sir, one doubt I have in that question, sir, PQR Limited.
Yes.
You said that the license was granted on 1/4/2016, no, sir. And in provision, it is clearly written that it should be before 1/4/2016. So on or before we can take an assumption, or how is it, sir?
1 minute. It is before 1/4/2016. On 1/4/2016, if it is granted, it is taxable.
Okay, sir. So in that question, it means then even that 16 crore rupees will be taxable also.
What I gave a date on 1/4/2016.
1/4, yes, sir. License
No.
was
My
granted.
intention, no. My intention was to tax earlier. No,
Okay.
I don't want to play around with the date. No, my intention was not to play on the date. Sorry. So you take it as 1/4/2015 also. For me, nothing.
Okay.
No, my intention was not to play on the date. No, it is 1/4/2000. It is a contract before 1/4/2016. Assume in that way.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
That yes.
Yes, sir.
One month. No, on or before இல்ல கார்த்திக், before தான் கார்த்திக். உங்களுக்கு 1/4/2016 முன்னாடியே இருக்கணும் contract. As I earlier told, my intention was to not to play on the date. Okay, so that creates all the doubt in the air. True. Can we 1 minute? Educational institution service. One of your important entry. See, பார்த்துனாருது எல்லாமே கொஞ்சம் important. அதுல ரொம்ப important இந்த entry. Like how a agricultural standalone problem is possible, transportation standalone problem is possible, advocate standalone problem is possible, education institution standalone problem is possible. So that is the advantage of this entry, where all those services provided by a educational institution. Understand what is educational institution. Educational institution means an institution which is engaged in from preschool up to higher secondary or equivalent, or which provides a qualification recognized under any law for the time being in force, or a vocational training institute which is registered with a state government council or state government or central government. That is to say, from preschool, playgroup, LKG, UKG up to higher secondary or equivalent is exempt. All colleges, all engineering colleges, arts colleges, X, Y, Z, who regulate that qualification. BCom na college or university, exempt. B, college or university, exempt. Similarly, we have something called as what to say? We have something called as your 1 minute. Bar Council of India, Medical Council of India, all the three institutes, CA Institute, CMA Institute, CS Institutes, all are providing qualifications which are all recognized under your constitution. So all these institutions plus your what is the educational institution, what mean all these institutions, when they provide its services to student, to faculty, to staff, will become exempted. Services by an educational institution. Okay. So whatever services provided by education institution to its student, faculty, staff is exempted. Again, here make a note. It is play school is exempted, not creche. Creche is a place where the child is taken care. Play school is a place where the child is taught. What is taught, that alone is exempted, not the creche. Creaches are all taxable. Again, any kind of tuition centers, any kind of coaching centers, any kind of special exam preparations, training centers, all the training center, additional coaching or training or any kind of coaching centers, all coaching center for everything would be taxable. There are no exemptions at all. Sir, we coach 10th standard, we coach 12th standard, we coach this course, that course, NEET preparation, GMAT, blah, 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 blah. ஊர்ல என்னென்னமோ கோர்ஸ் சொல்றான். பாதி பேர் பயங்கர புத்திசாலியா சுத்தின்னு இருக்கானுங்க. So my intention is very simple. all these coaching are going to be exempted. Absolutely. Hey, all these coachings are going to be taxable, completely taxable. What is exempted is the regular college based activities. Uh, any services which is directly related to getting that qualification, that alone will get exempted. Beyond that, ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரெச்சும் எக்ஸம்ஷனே கிடைக்காது. Followed by followed by your um, vocational training institute, that is polytechnic, exempted. It should be an approved polytechnic, either state government approved polytechnic or central government approved polytechnic. But be it both polytechnics, both are going to get exempted. So make yourself comfortable on this entry. Whatever money collected by education institutions from its student, faculty, and staff, be it exam fees, be it admission fee, be it this fee, that fee, computer fee, end of the day, எல்லாம் பரீட்சைக்கு சாரி உங்களுடைய எஜுகேஷனுக்கு லிங்க்டா அப்படின்றத மட்டும் வெரிஃபை பண்ணிக்கோங்க. If you verified it, then it becomes exempt. Else it is taxable. Else whatever money collected would be taxable. Coming back here, services by a educational institution by way of conduct of any entrance exam for which they collect a fee. That money is also entrance examination fee is also going to be exempted. So any entrance examination fee collected, then that money is also going to be exempt from levy of GST. Now, services provided to an education institution, services provided by an education institution. There is a small difference. Why 66 is important? இதுதான் ரெண்டுத்தையும் உள்ளுக்குள்ளே வச்சிட்டான். Services provided by, services provided to. All those services provided by an educational institution, services provided to an educational institution. Understand the difference. If a person is going to provide services to education institution, it is going to be in relation to transportation of students, or it is going to be in relation to catering of a midday meal scheme sponsored by central government, state government, or it is going to be security or cleaning or housekeeping services, or it is going to be any services relating to admission to or conduct of examination by such institution, or supply of online educational journals. Let me repeat. These 5 items you have. Services provided to education institution, be it transportation, catering, and security or cleaning or housekeeping. Security or cleaning or housekeeping services performed in such educational institutions. So points for our discussion: transportation or catering or security or cleaning or housekeeping services performed to an education institution. One more additional point I will share: up to higher secondary or equivalent. இது up to higher secondary or equivalent, that only is going to be what? Exempted. எங்க சார் சொல்லிருக்கு? Sub items 1, 2, and 3 of B shall not apply to an educational institution. இந்த நாட்ன்ற வார்த்தை உங்க பிபிடில இருக்குமான்னு எனக்கு தெரியல, செக் பண்ணிக்கோங்க, அமெண்ட் பண்ணிக்கணும். Shall not apply to an educational institution other than an institution providing services by way of preschool education or education up to higher secondary or equivalent. Italic 1, Italic 2, Italic 3 will not apply to an education institution except these institutions. அப்படின்னா என்ன சார் சொல்றீங்க? காலேஜுக்கு பஸ் கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா டாக்ஸபிள், ஸ்கூலுக்கு பஸ் கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா எக்ஸம்டட். சார் இதை ஏற்கனவே எங்கேயோ படிச்சோம் சார். ஆமா, அது ஹையரிங் ஆஃப் மோட்டார் வெஹிக்கிள், இங்க டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட்டேஷன் ஃபெசிலிட்டி ரெண்டும் வேற. அங்க நான் பஸ்ஸை கொடுத்துட்டு சும்மா இருப்பேன், இங்க பஸ்ஸு, டிரைவரு, அதுக்கப்புறம் ஒரு கேர்டேக்கர், அதுக்கப்புறம் டீசல் பெட்ரோலுக்கு எல்லாம் போட்டு நான் உங்க ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டை டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட் பண்றேன். ஒரு கிலோமீட்டருக்கு எனக்கு 15 ரூபா கொடுங்க, ஒரு கிலோமீட்டருக்கு எனக்கு 20 ரூபா கொடுங்க. டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட்டேஷன் ஆஃப் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். அங்க டிரைவர் வந்து, கேர்டேக்கர் வந்து, டீசல் வந்து, ரிப்பேர் மெயின்டெனன்ஸ் வந்து, பஸ் மட்டும் எந்து 60,000 per bus. ஓகே, மாடல் ஏ, மாடல் பி, அவ்வளவுதான். ஸோ ஹியர் டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட்டேஷன் சர்வீஸ், கேட்டரிங் சர்வீஸ் ஃபார் மிட் டே மீல் ஸ்கீம், ஆர் செக்யூரிட்டி ஆர் கிளீனிங் ஆர் ஹவுஸ் கீப்பிங் சர்வீஸ். நல்லா பார்த்துக்கோங்க. தீஸ் செக்யூரிட்டி கிளீனிங் ஹவுஸ் கீப்பிங் சர்வீஸ் ப்ரொவைடட் டு, let me repeat, provided to whom? Provided to a educational institution, then it becomes exempt. Followed by all those, these three services for higher secondary and equivalent. Okay, up to higher secondary, only up to higher secondary or equivalent. அதுக்கு மேல வந்ததுன்னா அதெல்லாம் taxable. Up to higher secondary or equivalent. Okay, beyond that, that is taxable. Again, come back here. In case of all those other items, in case of all those other items, the fifth item, that is supply of online educational or periodical, fifth item will apply to preschool education or education up to higher secondary or equivalent, or education as part of approved vocational education courses. Sub item 5 will apply only to schools and vocational training institute. Sub item 1, 2, 3 will apply only to higher secondary or equivalent. Sub item 4 will be applicable to all educational institutions. Final takeaway is that's all. So if you could able to grab a comfort, okay. Otherwise, you want me to explain once again through a whiteboard? Yes, I will explain as per your convenience. கண்டிப்பா எக்ஸாம்ல வருமா? Don't underestimate this. If a school is collecting rupees 2 lakhs in relation to education service, sir, இத நீ வார்த்தையெல்லாம் ரொம்ப வைடா யூஸ் பண்ற. In relation to education serviceனா அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? ரொம்ப வைடா இருக்கு, உன் வியூவே ரொம்ப வைடா இருக்கு. In relation to education serviceலாம் என்ன கூடாது. 4ஆம் கிளாஸ் ஃபீஸா, 5ஆம் கிளாஸ் ஃபீஸா, 8ஆம் கிளாஸ் ஃபீஸா, 12ஆம் கிளாஸ் ஃபீஸா, கம்ப்யூட்டர் ஃபீஸா, அட்மிஷன் ஃபீஸா, ஸ்கூல் யூனிஃபார்ம் ஃபீஸா, டியூஷன் ஃபீஸா, என்ன ஃபீஸ்? எனக்கு பேர்லாம் வேணும். இப்படி இருந்தாதான் என்னால பதில் சொல்ல முடியும். 4th standard all fees put together 2 lakhs sir. அப்பா, சிஏக்கு நான் செலவு பண்ணதே 1,36,000 ரூபாய் தான். 1,36,000 ரூபாய் கூட இல்ல, 1,27,000 சொச்சம். என் ஸ்டைஃபண்டே 1,36,000 ரூபாய் வந்துருச்சு. ஆனா என் தம்பி என்ன தெரியுமா சொல்லுவான் எல்லா வாட்டியும்? எங்க அப்பா சொத்தை படிச்சே அழிச்சான்னு சொல்லி தெரியும். Okay, so you'll have people like that only. So my point here is very simple. If it is a 4th standard fee, then it is exempt. What do you mean by vocational education institution, Deepa Mohan? See, vocational education institutions, this polytechnic, no, 10th standard, 12th standard, after completion of 10th standard, they'll go to polytechnic. ITI அப்படின்னு கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? பாலிடெக்னிக் இல்ல ITI, this catering institutes, or it is going to be hotel management, hospital management, civil engineering. These are all polytechnic courses. All those polytechnic courses are going to get all these polytechnic courses are going to get your exemption. NEET fee collected by a school, is it exempted or taxable? NEET fee is it is not in relation to an educational activity. NEET fee is not in relation to education. I'm sorry, it's a pakka coaching. If the school collects, it will be liable to pay tax. It is not forming part of your higher secondary syllabus. It is a preparation for a competitive exam to get into a particular stream of subject, to a particular stream of course for that purpose. So it would be taxable. If a school runs CA coaching, CMA coaching, CS coaching, all that. There are colleges which run CA coaching, CMA coaching. All are taxed, no doubt. That is not relation to. நீங்க பிகாம் சம்பந்தமா நடத்துறதுக்கு மட்டும்தான் எக்ஸாம். I'll go one step forward here. You'll get this point very interesting. Fourth point is applicable to all. It is applicable to school. It is applicable to college. It is applicable to vocational training institute. 1, 2, 3 applicable only to school. It is not applicable to college. It is not applicable to polytechnic. Fourth point, applicable to all three, school, college, and polytechnic. And coming back here, when it comes to your fifth point, applicable only to school and vocational training institute, polytechnic. Not applicable to your colleges. True. That is the interpretation of it. Somebody was about to discuss something. In between, Prabhakar asked this, I forgot. What I was discussing. ஏதோ ஒரு பாயிண்ட் சொல்லணும்னு நினைச்சேன். One point relating to agriculture education institution. CA Institute. CA Institute conducts a coaching class. Okay. For CPT, for IPCC, for final. Okay. So your course module of CA Institute is like this. You will go buy a prospectus, enroll yourself for the purpose of now foundation. Then for foundation, you will pay a fees. You pursue that and then go write the exam, clear. Once you clear, you will come to inter. You have to pay a packaged fee. Package fee includes tuition for so much, one orientation program, one ITT program, and one communication skill program. If I'm not wrong, it will be like this. Then for that package, now this package consists of one tuition fee. I am not bothered about that. Or one enrollment fee. இந்த ரெண்டு fee இருக்குல்ல, ITT program and orientation program, money collected. Similarly, you have in CMA. Similarly, you have in CS. Okay, some programs. The money collected, 4,000 rupees or 3,000 rupees, some small money collected. Okay, for all said and done, this is the cheapest course in the world. Okay, no doubt about it. இது மாதிரி ஒரு ப்ரொஃபஷனல் கோர்ஸ் இதை விட அஃபோர்டபுள் பிரைஸ்ல வரவே வராது. Only thing is, this is a really self-study course, and I'm happy that a lot of things is happening. வீட்டில் உட்காந்து வெட்டத்தை பார்த்து யோசிச்சு படிக்கணும். அப்பதான் அது உள்ளுக்குள்ள இறங்கும். ஓகே, அந்த கோர்ஸ். ஓகே, பட் திங்க் ஃபார் அ மொமெண்ட், இஃப் யூஆர் அட் யுவர் ரூம், அட் யுவர் ஹோம், இப்படிதான் படிக்கணும் நீங்க. அப்பதான் அந்த என்விரான்மெண்ட் செட் ஆகி படிக்கணும். எங்கேயாவது ஒரு இடத்துக்கு வந்து கும்பலா உட்காந்து படிச்சு இந்த கும்பலோட கோயந்தாவே அடிக்கிறோம். கும்பலோட கோயந்தாவே வேலைக்கு ஆகாது. இண்டிவிஜுவல் லேர்னிங், செல்ஃப் ரியலைஸ்டு லேர்னிங். ஏன் வருதுன்னா அந்த தாட்டோட வரணும். இவ்வளோ இதுவா படிச்சீங்களா நீங்க எக்ஸாம்? And I learned it like that. It doesn't mean I never went classes. I went for classes, no doubt about it. But apart from classல ஒரு 60% தான் கிடைக்கும். ஒரு 40% நம்ம உள்ள உட்காந்து போட்ட போது அப்படி ப்ராப்ளம் போட்டோன்னா ஒரு மொமெண்ட் வரும் பாருங்க, அதை புடிச்சு வச்சுக்கணும், விட்டுறக்கூடாது. That will happen. I wish and pray it happens to all of you. Coming back to the discussions that we are making, my core discussion is there is a orientation fee, there is a ITT fee. Okay, they teach about it. ITT fee, taxable exempt, provided by Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Provided by, similarly, one training fee done by CMA Institute of Cost Accountants of India. Yes. Quick. I want all of you to answer fees collected as part of inter, fees collected as part of income taxable, exempted, exempted, taxable. ITT. நான் எப்படி சொல்லிட்டா ஐடிடி பண்ணாம உங்களால அந்த இன்டர் எக்ஸாம் எழுத முடியுமா? அந்த கம்ப்யூட்டர் ட்ரைனிங் பண்ணாம உங்களால இன்டர் எக்ஸாம் எழுத முடியுமா? If your answer is no, then it form parts of your curriculum. It form part of your curriculum. When it forms part of your curriculum, it becomes exempted. If does not form part of your curriculum, it becomes taxable. True? Yes. So that sums up your discussion. So end of the day, it will get exempted. Now I'll go back to the next question over here. All three institutes has the habit of teaching oral coaching classes. It's a model by itself. For oral coaching, separately a small fee is collected, a very subsidized fee is collected. Now the question before you is oral coaching, a subsidized fee which is collected would be taxable or exempted? Oral coaching fee is collected from the students only. Yes, taxable, exempted. Aishwarya Shankar, Sampath Kumar, check your answer. எல்லாரும் கட்டாயம் ஓரல் கோச்சிங் ஃபீ போனோமா பே பண்ணோமா என்ன இல்ல நீங்க இது பண்ணா மட்டும் போதுமா? திங்க் அபவுட் இட். Think about it. Nowhere said that it is mandatory and all. Okay, nowhere said it is mandatory. So it's an optional item. And again, that is not part of their curriculum. When it is not part of their curriculum, when it is not part of the qualification, then it will not form about it. So my intention here is very simple. It would be taxable. It will be taxable, like how a third party institution runs an academy and makes it in the same way, this is also be done. Any case, come back here. This sums up a discussion relating to educational institution. SRM Travels and Transport has supplied or transports students of SRM International School. Taxable, exempted. SRM Travels and transport students of or faculties of staff of SRM International School. Taxable, exempted. Clean well housekeeping services. Clean well housekeeping services. Cleans or clean well housekeeping services takes care of security, cleaning and housekeeping activity of Ishwari Engineering College, a group of SRM college. Clean well provides the services of security, cleaning and housekeeping to Ishwari Engineering College. Taxable, exempted. Good, all of you all right. Ishwari Engineering College. Karthik, check your answer. Karthik, check your answer. It is not exempted, it is taxable because security, cleaning, housekeeping services are provided to educational institutions up to higher secondary or equivalent. Beyond that, if it is provided, it is taxable. Up to that only it is exempted. என்னுடைய போன எக்ஸாம்பிள் தான் இன்டர்நேஷனல் ஸ்கூல், ரெண்டாவது எக்ஸாம்பிள் காலேஜா மாத்திட்டேன். ஓகே, Ishwari Engineering College gave its building for Madras University to conduct its exam. Ishwari Engineering College gave its building to University of Madras to conduct its exam, and Ishwari Engineering College, the trust above the Ishwari Engineering College, that trust collects money from University of Madras. Let's say some 1.5 lakh rupees for renting the building for about let's say 1 week's time. Taxable, exempted. Zion Matriculation School Deepa Mohan, Karthik, again, check your answers. Check your answers. It is exempted. It is exempted. Ishwari Engineering College gives the building to University of Madras. University of Madras is also an educational institution. Ishwari Engineering College is also an educational institution. Services provided, services relating to admission to or conduct of examination by such institution. Such institution, education institution. University of Madras education. எங்க யூனிவர்சிட்டி ஆஃப் மெட்ராஸ் கீழே இருக்கிற காலேஜே எஜுகேஷன் இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் ஒத்துப்பீங்க. ஆனா யூனிவர்சிட்டி ஆஃப் மெட்ராஸ் எஜுகேஷன் இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் இல்லையா? கமான், அநியாயமா இருக்கே. Meenakshi College, Chennai Meenakshi College has given us building to CA Institute for conduct of examination. Meenakshi College has given its building to CA Institutes for conduct of examination. Question before you is about 3 lakh rupees is paid by CA Institute to Meenakshi College for conduct of examination. Taxable, exempted. A lot of you write. An individual chartered accountant who's in professional practice, whose service income is more than 20 lakhs. An individual chartered accountant. He is the invigilator. He is the invigilator for conduct of that exam. He is the main invigilator or master, something head. அவர் தான் வந்து கிழிச்சு கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் கொடுப்பார். அது மாதிரி ஏதோ ஒரு லெவல். ஓகே. Now that invigilator is being paid 5,000 rupees for every day. Okay. He has invigilated all those 15-20 days of exam. So 20 days into 5,000 rupees, somewhere around 60,000-70,000 rupees he gets, or 75,000 rupees approx he gets. 75,000 rupees, CA Institute cuts a check on this chartered accountant's name. Okay. The chartered accountant has provided his services for the purpose of a smooth functioning of this examination. Taxable, exempted. That tough question. Mixed user permit. Anirudh, sorry. Anirudh says it is taxable, then exempted, taxable, exempted, taxable, taxable, exempted, taxable, taxable, exempted. வேணும்ட்டே நடிக்கிறீங்களான்னு தெரியாது. Taxable, taxable. வாங்க படிங்க. One. To an education institution. Who services provided to an education institution. Chartered accountant provides service to an education institution by way of conduct of examination by such institution. For conducting examination, let me repeat, for conducting examination, is this services relevant? For conduct of examination, for conduct of this examination, is this services relevant? If your answer is yes, then it is exempted. If your answer is no, then it is taxable. In my view, the invigilator, the faculties, the setup, all are conduct of examination. Let me repeat it. The valuer who comes and values for conduct of the examination. So all this is on a little understanding and interpretative words, we can always say, yes, it is exempt. Okay. In my view, they will stop you till the building level. Okay. Now, ஒரு step extra உங்களுக்காக போறேன். They will stop at the building level. If you ask me, நான் print அடிக்கிற question paper exempted னுவேன். ஆமா தானே? பிரிண்டரே exempted னுவோம் நாங்க. ஆமாவா இல்லையா? யோசிச்சு பாருங்க. Printer prints a paper, which is a service used for what? Conduct of examination. ஆமாவா இல்லையா? Yes or no? Printing is a service. Printing service is done by whom? By the printer. For what? What he prints? Summa bit notice. He prints a question paper. Is it question paper இல்லாம ஸ்டூடெண்ட் எப்படியா கொஸ்டின் எக்ஸாம் எழுதுவான்? எஸ், கொஞ்சம் இதை அப்படியே இழுத்துன்னு போனீங்கன்னா அப்படியே ஜாலியா இருக்கும். ஓகே, நான் கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் பிரிண்ட் அடிக்கிற இவனே எக்ஸாம்டட்னா அந்த எக்ஸாம் ஃபேரா நடக்குதான்னு பாக்குற இன்விஜிலேட்டரியா எக்ஸாம்டட் இல்ல. இவ்வளவுலாம் யாரும் பஞ்சாயத்துக்கு போறது இல்ல. ஓகே, இவெல்லாம் டெஸ்ட் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. பட் ஜஸ்ட் பி கிளியர் ஆஃப் சோ மச். இதெல்லாம் இதோடைய இந்த என்ட்ரி எல்லாம் ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் சார். 61ல இருந்து 70க்குள்ள ஒரு இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் என்ட்ரி சொல்லுங்க சார். அதர்வைஸ் ஐ வில் நாட் ஸ்பெண்ட் மை லாஸ்ட் 20 minutes on this entry. Understand? For the last 20 minutes we are beating this entry again and again on different contexts. Understand why? Very important. 61 to 70 ல ஏதாவது ஒரு 4 என்ட்ரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் சொல்லுங்க. ஒரே என்ட்ரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் சொல்லுங்கன்னா 66ன்னு சொல்லி முடிச்சுட்டு போயிடுவேன். Definitely you will be tested in all corners. Just for your information, the point I referred, no, printing is exempted or taxable. You had a final exam question. Okay, so don't underestimate it. CA final ல ஒரு கேள்வியே இருந்தது. Okay, the printing of a question paper taxable or exempted. அவனுக்கு ஸ்ட்ரைக் ஆகணும். ஃபைனல் படிக்கிறவனுக்கு அவன் வந்து சார் அடுத்த கேள்வி கேட்டிருக்கான். அவனே கொஸ்டின் பேப்பரும் அவனே யூஸ் பண்ணி மெட்டீரியலும் அவனே போட்டானா டாக்ஸபிளா எக்ஸம்டடா? சர்வீஸ் கொஸ்டின் பேப்பரை ஐசிஏ கொடுத்துட்டு பிரிண்டிங் மட்டும் பண்ணா என்ன ஆகும்? It should stick to somebody. If paper is supplied by ICAI and the printing activity is done by the government, sorry, printing activity is done by the printer, then it is a job work, it's a service. ரெண்டும் அவனே போட்டானா குட்ஸ். These are all different aspects. சரி, இவ்வளவு யோசிக்கணுமா? இதே நல்லா யோசிச்சுக்கோங்க. இதே என்ட்ரி, ஓகே, இதே ஸ்லைடு, ஆனா டிஸ்கஷன் மட்டும் வேற லெவல்ல இருக்கும். இந்த லெவல்ல இருக்காது. இதுக்கு அப்புறம் ஒரு லெவல் இருக்கு, அதுல இருக்கும். அதான் ஃபைனல். ஓகே, otherwise see in terms of your content, same exemption entry comes in what? Final. Same, majority of the topic is same. அப்ப என்ன சார் ஃபைனல்ல இருக்குன்னா, இங்க பேசிக்க டெஸ்ட் பண்ணி அனுப்பிச்சிருவோம் உங்களை. அங்க வாங்க, ஃபைனல். we will show the expertise that is involved there. To put it in a very simple way, உங்களுக்கு 20 நிமிஷத்தோட முடிச்சிட்டேன். ஃபைனலா இருந்தா அவனை 3/4 மணி நேரம் அவனுக்கு ரத்தம் வரும் இது ஒரே என்ட்ரி வச்சு. So that's the discussion that I wanted to have on this. Maybe last question, if you allow me, on this topic. Lila College above trust is there. Lila College allows Tata Consultancy Services Limited, Tata TCS Limited, to conduct its walk-in interview in the buildings of Lila College. A general walk-in interview along with an assessment test. If you are through in your walk-in interview, you will be asked to do an assessment test. There will be assessment test keep on running every 1 hour. You will go sit, do this. For this, the building was given to Tata Consultancy Services. Will it be taxable or exempted? Lila College office building is given to TCS to conduct a walk-in and assessment test. Would your answer be different if Lila College building is given to Pondicherry University to conduct its exam? If it is Pondicherry University to conduct its exam, see, இந்த மோடுக்கு நம்ம போயிட்டு வரணும். நீ யாரு? நீ இன்னொரு எஜுகேஷன் இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷனா? எக்ஸாம்பிள். நீ யாரு? பிரைவேட் லிமிடெட் கம்பெனியா? வெளில போ, டாக்ஸபிள். பப்ளிக் லிமிடெட் கம்பெனி, டாக்ஸபிள். பாண்டிச்சேரி ஃபார் எக்ஸாம், எக்ஸாம்பிள். அவ்வளவுதான் லாஜிக். டன். யூ ஆல் அண்டர்ஸ்டுட். உங்க எல்லாருக்கும் எல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சு போச்சு. அதனால மரியாதையா நான் அடுத்த entry போயிடும். 67 I think I already told you it is omitted. It was one exemption which was there, government at a subsequent date, but deleted that exemption. That was something to do with your rent, parking spaces. If you park this malls and all collecting parking charges, no, which was exempted. Later they deleted it. Entry number 68. Services to recognized sports body. All those services provided to recognized sports body by an individual as a player, referee, umpire, coach. Supplier of service, let me repeat. Supplier of service is going to be an individual. Recipient of service is going to be recognized sports body. Service is going to be as a player participating in a sport or event conducted by recognized sports body. As a referee participating in a sport or event conducted by a recognized sports body. As an umpire participating in a sport or event conducted by recognized sports body. As a coach participating in a sport or event conducted by recognized sports body. Under 17 World Cup of cricket, coached by Saurav Ji, what to say, your Saurav Ganguly. Now Ganguly coaches under 17 World Cup. For this, your recognized sports body, BCCI makes one payment. BCCI makes one payment to Ganguly. Whatever payment made to Ganguly is going to get what? Exempted. Ganguly, as an individual, provided coaching for participating in an international match conducted by respective bodies, BCCI and or ICC, somebody under 17 body, and he provided services to India. In a very simple layman's language, whenever you represent India, you are exempted. For which money paid to you as a sportsman, you are exempted. Whenever you represent a franchisee team, addi ulum, fulla taxable. There is a Indian Badminton League. Okay, there is a team called as Chennai Smashers. Chennai Smashers is represented by Sindhu and one more player. Sindhu is one of the flagship player, premium player. Now Sindhu was paid 1.25 crores by Chennai Smashers franchise team. Taxable, exempted. Kirtana, check your answer. Good. Taxable. Why? Because it is a franchise issue. Though the Indian Badminton Federation only conducts your match, it is Indian Badminton League is a recognized sporting event. Adalla aduthathu. Is she provide services to Chennai Smashers or to Indian Badminton Federation? She is not providing to the recognized sports authority. She provides services to a private limited company called as your Chennai Smashers. So okay, you have been இப்பவே லாகின் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. 1 minute.